How's it going, everybody? Pozermobil here, bringing you some absolute bangers that are all on sale on the PlayStation Store for the first wave of the summer sale that runs until July 30th. As usual, I've scoured this sale for all the full games, game bundles, and premium editions that are at the lowest price they've been in recent history and are at least a 75 on Metacritic. So if that sounds like the kind of video you want to see, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you don't miss my coverage of any new sales that Sony puts out. I'm working my way towards 5,000 subscribers, so every bit helps. Alright, that's enough yapping for me, let's get into the video. The 2015 version of the original Resident Evil is just $4.99 right now, and for that price you're getting a survival horror classic that's been beautifully remastered. This is the definitive version of the 2002 GameCube remake of the original Resident Evil, and it still holds up incredibly well thanks to its creepy fixed camera angles, tense pacing, and the satisfying puzzle-solving loop. The mansion setting remains one of the most iconic in gaming, and even if you've played it before, the remastered visuals and polished controls make it well worth revisiting. The eerie soundtrack and excellent sound design still create a palpable tension that keeps you on edge throughout, so it's an absolute must-play for fans of the genre or anyone who wants to see where modern survival horror began. It's a 91 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 5 out of 10, and around 30 hours to platinum. OlliOlli World is also going for just $4.99, and it's easily one of the most creative skateboarding games in years. This one trades realism for wild color, flow state gameplay, and branching paths full of secrets and challenges. The story is charming and silly, and while it starts off simple, the depth of the combo system gets wild in the later levels. Even when you wipe out, the game encourages quick resets and experimentation that make progression really addictive. If you want a platformer that rewards perfect timing and experimentation with its slick, fast-paced movement, this one's a total standout. It's an 84 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 7 out of 10, and around 50 hours to platinum. Telling Lies is down to $4.99 as well, and this is a fantastic pick if you're in the mood for something different. It's a narrative mystery told entirely through full-motion video. You'll search through hours of secretly recorded clips to piece together the truth about a group of people connected by one big lie. The performances are genuinely strong, and the non-linear way you uncover the story makes it feel really personal and immersive. It almost plays like a digital jigsaw puzzle where context is everything and every detail matters. It's great for a single-session weekend game or a chill evening on the couch. It's an 84 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 1 out of 10, and around 3 hours to platinum. Frostpunk Console Edition is just $4.49, and it's one of the most punishing but rewarding city builders you'll ever play. This isn't your standard resource management game. You're trying to lead a frozen colony through a desperate survival scenario where every choice can be morally brutal. Do you introduce child labor to keep things running? Do you use propaganda to maintain order? The branching laws and bleak tone make every run intense. The game nails its post-apocalyptic atmosphere with haunting visuals and a cold, oppressive soundtrack that drives the tension home. It's tough, but if you like survival sims with ethical gray zones and strategic depth, it's a must-play. It's an 84 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 9 out of 10, and around 100 hours to platinum. Gorogoa is currently $4.49, and this is one of those short but unforgettable puzzle games that just oozes style. It's all about manipulating panels like a comic book, zooming in, combining them, rotating things in really clever ways to solve spatial logic puzzles. It tells a surprisingly deep story with 0 words entirely through its art and interactions. The experience is peaceful and contemplative, making it perfect for a relaxing evening of puzzle solving. Great for players who love smart design, beautiful hand-drawn visuals, and a meditative vibe. It's an 84 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and around 2 hours to platinum. Darkest Dungeon is going for just $3.74, and it remains one of the most brutally hard turn-based strategy RPGs ever made. The stress and sanity mechanics add a whole new dimension to dungeon crawling, and the art style is grim, gritty, and unforgettable. You'll need to manage a rotating cast of flawed heroes and accept that not all of them will survive. The narration is iconic and adds a ton of character to each run, making your victories feel truly earned. This is for fans of games like XCOM who want something more psychological and punishing. It's not for the faint of heart, but if it hooks you, you'll be obsessed. It's an 84 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 8 out of 10, and around 80 hours to platinum. Middle-earth Shadow of Mordor Game of the Year Edition is just $4.99, and this is the best version of one of the most underrated open-world action games from the PS4 era. The Nemesis system still feels fresh today. Enemies remember you, evolve, and change over time. The combat is slick and responsive, very Arkham style, and the story fills in a cool gap in Tolkien lore between The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings. The upgrade tree and ability customization also give you a good sense of progression without bogging the game down. Plus, this edition includes all the DLC, so it's the full package. It's an 84 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and around 25 hours to platinum. TimeSplitters Future Perfect is down to $2.49, which is wild for one of the most beloved cult shooters from the PS2 era. This one's full of fast-paced shooting, ridiculous weapons, and some of the most fun and varied level design of its generation. It doesn't take itself seriously, with plenty of time travel hijinks and a tongue-in-cheek tone, but it delivers satisfying gunplay and solid challenge. The game's humor and voice acting still hold up surprisingly well, adding charm to its tight mechanics. It's a great nostalgia trip for older fans or a fun history lesson for newcomers. It's an 83 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and around 15 hours to platinum. Gris is $3.39 and is easily one of the most beautiful games you'll ever play, visually, emotionally, and sonically. It's a short platformer with light puzzle elements, but what really stands out is the watercolor art style and the story told purely through animation and music. It's about processing grief, but in a hopeful, uplifting way. The game evolves its visuals and mechanics as the narrative unfolds, creating a deeply cohesive experience. Even if you don't usually play artsy games, this one's accessible and powerful. It's an 83 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 2 out of 10, and around 5 hours to platinum. Yoku's Island Express is going for just $3.99, and this one's a totally unique mashup of Metroidvania exploration and pinball mechanics. You're a dung beetle postman rolling your way across a colorful island, flipping through bumpers and slingshots to reach new areas. It's quirky, cheerful, and endlessly creative. The music and vibe are upbeat and relaxing, making this a perfect pick for laid-back gaming sessions. If you want something lighthearted and different, this one's a sleeper hit. It's an 83 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 3 out of 10, and around 10 hours to platinum. Zero Escape, Zero Time Dilemma is $3.99 and closes out one of the most gripping visual novel trilogies in gaming. You're thrown into a locked room death game scenario with branching paths, wild plot twists, and puzzles that tie directly into the story. You don't need to have played the first two games, but it definitely helps for full context. Still, even on its own, it's a fascinating narrative experience. The voice acting and branching timeline mechanics make every choice impactful, giving it a ton of replay value. Perfect for fans of Danganronpa or 999. It's an 83 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 1 out of 10, and around 15 hours to platinum. Resident Evil 5 is back down to $4.99, and while it's more action-heavy than earlier Resident Evil entries, it's still a blast, especially in co-op. The Africa setting, punchy gunplay, and over-the-top set pieces give it a different flavor, but there's still a lot of classic Resident Evil DNA here. It's especially fun if you team up with a friend, though solo is totally fine too. The replay value is strong thanks to unlockables, multiple difficulties, and some truly memorable boss fights. Definitely underrated if you ask me. It's an 83 on Metacritic, trophy difficulty around 4 out of 10, and around 30 hours to platinum. Alright, that's a wrap for today's video, everybody. If you've played any of these already, drop your thoughts in the comments. Your insights help others find great games too, it's not just mine. As always, I want to thank all my channel members for their generous support, but to all you out there who watch, comment, subscribe, and all that good stuff as well, thank you. You're the reason I'm still having fun making all these videos every day, and I'm genuinely grateful for each and every one of you out there. Even joining at the $1 level gets you early access to all my videos and helps me out more than you know. Alright, that'll do it for me though, everybody. Definitely subscribe to the channel if you want to see more sale videos just like this one. Leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and comment down below if you've got any of these platinums or plan on going for any of them.